Yeah, yeah. Jupiter's Legacy, whatever the hell that was called.
Legacy.
Is that what, the most boring name ever? I actually just kept seeing this on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, another superhero show." Okay, and then I said, "Well, I'll watch an episode." So I watched the first episode. Then I suggested it to you. I was like, "Hey, we should talk about this one." So Jupiter's Legacy. It's the first generation of superheroes has kept the world safe for nearly a century. Now their children must live up to their legacy in an epic drama that spans decades and navigates the dynamics of a family, power, and loyalty. So anyway, it's like The Godfather, but with capes.
It was navigating between one question. And the question was, do we kill people? And that was in the original, and my question is how many times do you have to ask, do we kill people, before you have to ask, are we boring people?
I watched about 6 episodes, I think. I think I got through 6.
Yeah.
And
You did better than I did.
it got better. No, it really did. Because I.
Did it?
Yeah,
Because I
episode
have to
3.
say, the first
Episode
three-
3 was when they brought up the no-kill policy. And then it kind of went to more of the character development after that. So it was more about him and his dad, and kind of finding more out about his dad, and the connection with him and his son and his daughter, who's a loser and going off doing drugs and all this other stuff. So anyway, I actually found it interesting because it's a good story, but the superhero stuff, I don't. I did like that one fight scene.
The fight.
It was very violent.
The one fight that I got into where he takes his brain out, right?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my
yep.
God. That was the most awkward. It was the most awkward. The thing is like these guys somehow or other never landed in the superhero pose.
I hate that pose
that?
though. I hate that pose.
I know, but this is an example of a film where they don't do that pose, and somehow or other.
This is like Christopher Reeve, Superman. It kind of goes back to that kind of.
It was. It kind of went. It kind of went way back. It kind of went. Yeah. That the fight didn't seem to have a lot of everybody seemed to be really clunky with their superpowers.
Well, there's also a lot of pauses, like, "Oh, I'm gonna stand here for a second, and then I'm gonna run at
Right.
you."
Right. Yeah. And there was a lot of running at people.
Yes.
You know. Like, yeah. It was really awkward.
I did like that villain though, especially when they when they ran into him later on. It's like, that's not me.
Yeah, that's. I like it when he was. I gotta tell you, there was a scene when that bad guy was looking at himself dead, and he had the glasses on.
Yes. Do you know who I thought of when I saw that? Mick Strawn.
I thought, wow, this guy is playing such a great dick. You know, he really was. He was playing a really, really well done dick. You know? But I can understand that there are so many series out there that you have to come at them from different directions. And I can understand, but in the first 3 episodes, in particularly that fight, which seemed to be kind of the crux of the first 3 episodes, at least, seemed to be the history and that one fight. I'm not sure. I like the history of it, you know.
Well, I got into the characters. I think that started forgetting about the superhero stuff because there's a couple episodes where there's hardly any superhero things going on. It's like it's all about finding more out about the daughter and the son and the dad and his dad and
I couldn't get away from the fact that the father looked like one of the Geico caveman got a job, you know. He looked like 20 years later, the caveman gets a job. You know?
Do you know who I thought it was when I first saw the trailer? I thought it was Bill Hader, and I'm like, wait, what the hell? What's he doing there?
Now that would have been something to see. I gotta tell you.
But wasn't he in Mad Men or Josh? I can't remember his last name. Duhamel, I guess. I don't know how to say his last name. Josh something or other. He was in Veronica Mars. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
He was that I've seen.
That's father of Veronica Mars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mind him as an actor. I just thought there was just such a like they were hammering so hard on a single point that that kind of felt like everything was getting lost.
I think they were trying to go back to the old school stuff that I grew up on, like the Justice League and the the animated series that where nobody killed anybody, and Spider-Man never killed anybody. He always just tied them up for the police to come get.
So this is the one that explains how superheroes.
Well, even the bad guys don't kill people.
Well, you know what? And the problem is that superheroes used to carry M1s, and now they're carrying AK-47s. And just look, it's an optical thing. They just don't look the same.
It's all about optics.
And the thing is you've got like an obvious problem there. I mean, you got a couple of superheroes that are they're in the Black Lives Matters movement, and the other guys really don't know what to do with that.
Right? Yeah. But the bad guys still wear black shirts.
Yeah, they do. That's really true. And wear reading glasses. And by the way, I might add that if you look at the warnings at the beginning of it, it's nudity, and at the very end of the list it says smoking.
Smoking.
Smoking. Yes.
Well, I did like this better than that Black Lightning show.
I don't even remember the Black Lightning.
I barely remember it, but I think we reviewed it. But it's been so long.
I vaguely kind of remember the name, but I am not gonna watch. I'm on episode 3, episode 4 in my house.
Yeah.
In my house. Shall remain unseen.
I got through 5 or 6, and I think I'm probably done. I mean, it was interesting, but I'm like,
Interesting, yeah.
It's kind of like that Nosferatu show. I was like, okay, I was kind of into it, but then I'm like, I never want to go back and watch it. But I'll say, I do want to see that more Umbrella Academy, and there's another show we reviewed recently.
I jumped into the second season of the Umbrella Academy, and it got too complicated for me.
Oh, really?
I just didn't care anymore. I have a problem with that. I really do.
Do you know what the show we need to go back to and see is? I can't believe I had to tell you what show it is. With the vampires. In New Zealand. You want some more hints?
What we do in the shadows?
Yes. That's the one we need to see.
I haven't watched the rest of that, and I should see. The thing is I have too much crap that I have to watch. I have like 5 scripts that I'm supposed to be advising on right now. 5. And I got in a ridiculous argument with a writer.
Oh no.
Oh my God. It was like, he goes, well, I don't know. Do you really need to do that? Well, yeah, it's because it sucks. Because it sucks. It sucks.
Writers are sensitive.
And it sucks. So,
well, here's my question for you. When you're filming it, can't you just change it? Like on the fly?
Well, that's what we do all the time. That's why I'm having problems talking to a writer.
There you go. Well, writers are sensitive. You know what? I would be sensitive if I wrote something and you want to change it.
If you think, writers are kind of like the weather in New Zealand, If you're having an argument with them, it's okay because eventually they're just going to go away.
Well, anyway. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. So, am I going to rate this? I am. I'm going to say that it was like interesting for the history and stuff. I'm going to go with a 2, but and I am really, really thankful that the Geico caveman finally got some work.
Well, this was a comic book, by the way, which I'd never heard of. And I do like one thing, because you have Superman, for example, Christopher Reeve, obviously. Find a baby in the field. He grows up. High school, he plays football. He graduates. He goes to work. It's linear. It's very linear.
Right, very linear.
This was not linear. It bounced around, so it made him a little bit more interesting, and it went back in time, forward in time, went all over the place. So I found it kind of interesting to watch,
Really,
but then I lost interest after a while.
It's really interesting because that is the problem that I have with this writer. Is absolutely everything that he thinks of is all in a row.
Right.
It's like that is, and I'm like,
well, when you start a movie, don't you start at a really exciting thing, and people in the audience are like, "What the f- is happening?" And then you go back to the beginning, or you go,
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. I was saying, well, you know what? We need to just chop this thing up.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm not necessarily sure that the writer needs to be there for it because it's already been shot. So it's all I have to do is go in and go, well, all that daylight, that 10 minutes of daylight at the beginning of it, just eliminate that and start the part where he comes out of tent and goes, there's something weird out here.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yep. No, you got me. Right. See, I'm already interested.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You know, the whole beginning exposition was like. Anyway,
was that a Jason Brooks impression? It looked like the redneck he plays. That's who it sounded like.
Yeah. This thing smells dead. I think,
those teenagers took my car. So I give this a 2.
Yeah. Well, so we both gave it a 2. So we're in agreement with absolutely everything.
Yeah, it sucks. We need to find something we don't agree with. Because I want to come through this screen and strangle you. For I don't know.
Okay, are we done yet?
Yeah. Oh, my other question.
I'm out of here. It's really hot up here.
It's hot here too. It's 113 degrees right now outside.
Oh shit!
And it's 8 o'clock at night. It's kind of weird.
See, I'm upstairs, and the thing I've definitely noticed is heat rises.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had it backwards. Anyway, okay. I'll see you later.